Hello, how you guys doing? This is today's vehicle in the summer sales event. It is the STRV 81, which is a Swedish Tier 8 medium tank. And I'm going to tell you, even though I have almost every tank, every premium tank in the game, I do not have this vehicle. It is a medium tank. It looks like it can play against heavy tanks, but it is a medium tank. The price is 9,000 gold. And even though I have sufficient money to purchase it, I'm not going to. So we're going to take a look at this vehicle. You can see that I'm very well organized here. And we're going to compare it to other medium tanks of the same style. I might have something that's similar to it because it looks like a Centurion. We will look at the... Okay, so we've got a crew of 4. It's got 226 penetration with the regular rounds. That's average. It's a high average, but it's still average. 258 with the gold rounds. Nothing really special. 42 with the HE. The 42 is actually quite low. No radio operator. And the top speed is 50, which is pretty good. Turret armor is 254. That's really nice. The rest of the armor on it, nothing special. Lower plate is 76, 38 on the back, 89 on the side. We're going to go into my garage. We're going to look at all of my medium tanks, Tier 8. I'm going to tell you, don't expect this. I already know which ones are going to be the top tanks. This here is the 274A. I'm going to add this to the comparison because it is an awesome tank. And let's see what else. The Progetto is obviously something that you want to consider. We'll do the Pilot here. You see there's a lot of vehicles. And because there's a lot of vehicles, it means that it's less likely to be one of the overpowered vehicles. But I'm thinking you're probably going to want to go with the 274A and the Progetto. Those are the two big ones that you're going to want to get. So we're going to see it right now. The STRV 81 is the first one. If you go to the British Tech Tree Tier 8, you're going to find a Centurion-style tank that's similar to it if you want to try it out. You can see that all these vehicles get about the same penetration. The Lorraine 40T is a bit higher. The Lorraine 40T is definitely one of the top Tier 8 medium tanks. And I would also say consider the T26E4, definitely the Progetto, definitely the 274A, which is a little bit overpowered. So we got the FV4202. We'll compare that later. We'll do a direct comparison. Top speed, it looks like 50. They're all doing around 50. We got 60 for the Lorraine 40T. So the speed is comparable to the other vehicles. And we are going to look at the armor. It has the strongest turret armor of the ones that I selected. You can see that some of them are a lot weaker, like this one only has 70 on the STA2. Doesn't have the strongest hull armor. The hull armor is actually a little low. It's definitely on the lower half. Turret, so if you like to play hull down, you're going to like this vehicle. I definitely recommend the T274A, the Progetto. The T25 Pilot is a sniper. T26E4 is nice armor. So you got the Lorraine 40T, which is an autoloader. The Progetto, which is an auto reloader. Definitely buy those. 274A, very overpowered. It's got good armor and good hull armor. And it's probably got decent penetration. It's about the same. So let's look at these two vehicles. You can see they look nearly the same. They're going to play nearly the same. The damage and the penetration is nearly the same. Keep in mind that my FV4202 is configured, which is going to give it a little bit of better specs. But the armor is definitely better on the STRV 81. And there are other vehicles that are similar that I have not purchased them. The reason why I have not purchased them is because I do own the FV 4202. Although I did like playing it when I first got it, I'm really not that excited. There's so many other better tanks like the Progetto and the Lorraine 40T and the Burasque that you're going to have more fun playing than the STRV 81. So I'm going to say, is it worth the 9,000 compared to the other tanks? I would say I would definitely pick it up at a cheaper price. If you want to train for Sweden, go for it. But otherwise, it's not. It's just kind of like more of an average medium tank, like this STRV M4257. I believe that on the EU server, this has one of the highest win rates in the game, but it's not a tier 8 server. It is a little sluggish to drive. It is an autoloader. So we're going to look at the British tech tree. We're going to look at tier 8. And we have the Carnarvon and the Centurion. Now keep in mind, this is a stock Centurion here. So when we configure it, we're going to get it up. It's probably going to be the same. We'll do the select top configuration option. You see it's the same. So if you want the equivalent tank, you get the Centurion. And look at that, the armor is the same on the Centurion, which means it's basically a premium Centurion is what it is. If you just want the tank for the specifications, get the Centurion. If you want it for its premium values, then get the STRV. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. Bacon beans!